Hello students, in today's class we shall discuss about the unit thermodynamics. Thermodynamics, it is a combination of two words thermo and dynamics. Thermo, it is a Greek word therm which means heat, and dynamics, as you know, it is the motion and it is related with power and force. So basically thermodynamics, it is flow of heat, or heat is what? Heat is flow of energy. So it is branch of science which deals with the conversion of heat into mechanical work and vice versa. Means heat will be converted into mechanical work or mechanical work can be converted into heat. Or we can say that thermodynamics deals with the quantitative relationship between heat and other forms of energy, because other forms of energy can be converted into heat. Now we have certain questions based on the energy transformation. We will case in different examples how the energy transformation takes place. First case is when a cooking gas or coal or a fuel like methane burns, then in this case which kind of energy transformation will take place? Here we will see that in cooking gas, chemical energy stored by molecule is released as heat. Another case we have when a fuel burns in an engine. In this, chemical energy is used to do mechanical work. Third case we have when galvanic cell like dry cell provide electric energy. In this case, we will see that chemical energy is used to provide electrical energy. Now, why we are studying this thermodynamics? What are the importance aspect of this thermodynamics? First is efficiency prediction, second is feasibility prediction, and third is yield of product predictions. Certain limitations are associated with this thermodynamics. First thing is, this thermodynamics is not applicable to individual atoms or molecules, or we can say it is not limited for microscopic system, but it is applicable to matter in bulk, that is system which is macroscopic in nature. So one can say that thermodynamics, it is not going to deal with microscopic system, it deals with only macroscopic system, means particle or matter in bulk. So these are the limitations which are associated with thermodynamics. Now we will see the basic terms which are associated with the thermodynamics. First is system. System, it is the part of universe which is under investigation or which is selected for study. We have the two types of system. One is homogeneous system, another is heterogeneous system. In homogeneous system, there is uniformity throughout the system in all the aspect, but in case of heterogeneous system, there is no uniform pattern, or you can say not uniform throughout. Second point, in homogeneous system, only one phase, or you can say only one part is there in homogeneous system, and in heterogeneous system more than one phases we will see. And third point of difference is that in homogeneous system there is no separating boundary, but in heterogeneous system there is a sharp boundary exists between the different phases. Examples we have examples for homogeneous system. We have the pure mixture of gases. You can see oxygen and nitrogen mixture is there. And the example of heterogeneous system, it is mixture of two immiscible liquids like oil and water. This is the example of heterogeneous system. And this the pure mixture, or you can say air is a mixture of various gases, that is homogeneous system having only one phase. But in case of heterogeneous system there is a well defined boundary and you will see more than one phases. Next term is surrounding. What is surrounding? Rest of the universe other than the system, or you can say the portion of the universe other than the system, that is called surrounding. And system and surrounding, they will form universe, or you can say the combination of system and surrounding, it will give us universe. So here you can see we have taken in a beaker water. Water is half filled in this beaker. This water is known as system, and this outside the portion of this beaker, that is called surrounding. And here the boundary means the wall of this beaker that separates system, that is water, from this surrounding, that is called boundary, right? So we have the three types of system. One is our open system, closed system, and third one is isolated system. In the open system, you will see that both matter as well as energy exchange will take place. In case of closed system, there is only exchange of matter from the system to surrounding or surrounding to system, but there is no exchange of matter will take place in closed system. In open system, that matter can be exchanged from system to surrounding or from surrounding to system, and likewise energy will be exchanged from system to surrounding or from surrounding to system. In open system, both matter as well as energy will be exchanged, but in closed system only energy exchange will take place, not matter. But in isolated system, neither matter nor energy will be exchanged by the system to surrounding or from surrounding to system. So here we have the examples for the open system. You can see hot tea in a cup, which is open. So this is the example of open system. And closed system example is hot tea in a closed metallic bottle. And the example of isolated system is hot tea in a thermos flask, because in the thermos flask matter and energy will not going to be exchanged. Animal and plants belongs to open system. This is a question that animals and plants belongs to which type of system? So your answer must be animals and plants belongs to open system, because in animals and plants matter as well as energy will transfer from system to surrounding or from surrounding to system. Next we have the macroscopic properties. Macroscopic properties, these are the properties which arises from the bulk behavior of matter, like pressure, volume, temperature, density, viscosity, surface tension, and refractive index. Right? These are the macroscopic properties which arises from the bulk behavior of matter. Now, macroscopic properties can be subdivided into two types. One is our extensive property, another is intensive property. Extensive property that depends upon the amount of substance or the quantity or size of matter present in the system. Examples are volume, mass, internal energy, free energy, enthalpy, entropy, and heat capacity. These are the examples because these depends upon the amount of substance present in the system. On the other hand, intensive property, these are the property of the system which does not depends upon the amount of substance or the quantity or the size of the matter present in the system. For this we have the examples density, temperature, pressure, refractive index, molar entropy, molar heat capacity. These are the examples of intensive properties. And one thing we have to keep in our mind that the ratio of the two extensive properties, like mass we have extensive property, volume extensive property, but the ratio of the two extensive property that will be always intensive property, like density. Density is the ratio of mass and volume. Both mass and volume, these are extensive properties, but the ratio that will be intensive property. If you consider a container in which mass, M is mass, V is the volume, T is the temperature, P is the pressure, and D is the density. Now, if what will happen if we do the partition of this container from the middle, from the center, what we will see that mass will be divided. It will, if we divide it in part from the center, what we will see that it will become M by 2, it will become M by 2. Likewise, volume will be reduced to half because we have equally divided this container into two equal halves. And what about the temperature? That temperature will remain same in the two halves. The value of temperature will remain same, likewise pressure and likewise density. So the properties which do not depends upon the amount of substance that are known as intensive properties, and the properties which depends upon the amount of substance, here the amount will be less in the mass and volume, here amount will be of mass and volume is high. So these properties are called extensive properties. So in this video we have discussed about the thermodynamics, what are the importance of thermodynamics, energy transformation, and what are the macroscopic properties associated with the thermodynamics. And we have discussed about three types of system: open system, closed system, and isolated system, along with their examples. I hope you will find this video useful. Thank you for watching it. Have a great day.